9 in the morning. It's the 18th of December 2014. I'm in Bath, England. It's 7 days till solstice. We're hardly getting any light here now. It's light at about 9 o'clock in the morning and it's dark by 3 o'clock, 3:30 in the afternoon, and it's raining and grey and miserable. English weather, don't you love it? The moon's in Scorpio, squaring Mars as we speak, then coming into sextile Pluto. And then the moon goes quiet for a day as it begins its day and a half long warm up to conjuncting Saturn at 29 degrees Scorpio. We've got Ceres and the Sun in Sagittarius, with the moon and Saturn in Scorpio, Mercury and Venus in Capricorn, and they're all catching up and speeding up towards Pluto. Indeed, more and more now I'm beginning to look at the Saturn-Pluto conjunction in 2020 and 2021 in many different lights, and more on that one another time. But over the coming few weeks there's going to be quite a lot of conjunctions with Pluto. Now often I would look at this and think, oh my god, there's going to be death, doom, disaster, but wait a minute, we've had loads of problems recently. In fact, look at it over the big picture. In the last 20 years, last 15 years, the acceleration of evolution has pushed us in terms of population, technology and spirituality into an ever accelerating life tempo. This is still going on, and it's bringing more and more extremism as it also brings more and more calls for a centrist attitude. In the long run, I can see this some type of nexus point in the future. This type of acceleration isn't aimless. There's some point in the future, some type of nexus point, potentially of transcendence, ahead of us in the temporal dimensions that's kind of calling us home, a bit like a magnet. And once we get there, I suggest that the dimensional interfacing that will be taking place at that time will bring such a consciousness leap that we will unite both with each other, the planet, and potentially other dimensional interfaces with other indigenous species on this planet as well, wacky though that sounds. However, this is just my dewy-eyed, dreamy idealism. Just because I'm an idealist doesn't mean I'm wrong, but it's not going to happen tomorrow. Over the next few days, as Pluto becomes more and more prominent in terms of other planets' aspects to it, I do expect further developments in the coming 4 or 5 days that are going to represent the more vicious underbelly of the beast. I also find it interesting that the New Horizons probe has just been turned on again for the final time, and we're now, what, less than 6 months away from Pluto. So there's going to be some rather interesting pictures of Pluto in the near future. But over the coming few days, as Venus conjuncts Pluto, a lot of people are going to start reassessing their issues around what it is that is really of value and worth to them. As Mercury comes up to conjunct Pluto in about 5 days, 6 days time, a lot of people are going to be making conscious mental decisions around value and worth. And then the Sun will conjunct Pluto around the 3rd, 4th of January. And indeed, there on the solstice, there is a new moon at the start of Capricorn, so the moon will conjunct Pluto on the 22nd of December as well. Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, all conjuncting Pluto in the near future. It suggests to me that there is going to be subterranean or perhaps subversive influences. At an individual level, I suppose the capacity for self-sabotage, for psychological self-sabotage over the coming few days is great. But at a collective level, it seems to me that we're entering a phase where we're bottoming out. The disgust, the appalling behaviour that's being shown by humanity towards humanity is either the death throes of an old culture born of extremism and the emergence of a new culture based much more on mutual tolerance and acceptance, or it's the death throes of a race or a species that cannot or will not evolve to meet the challenges of the future and thus will die. I don't want to be too negative about this because, you know, I've got a granddaughter, but I can't say I'm that hopeful for the long-term future of humanity at the moment, whilst there is still these imposed boundaries that are sanctioned upon us by cultural division, whether it is by gender, common in places like India, and well, in most, let's face it, all around the world, there's misogyny and patriarchy, but not only gender, colour, religion, belief system, age. What's wrong with humans looking at humans and going, hey, you're a human being. I like you. I don't care what you think, feel, what colour you are, what religion or gender you are, you're a human being. Actually, to cap it all, I think that at the end of the day, we're not human beings anymore, some of us anyway. We're humans being. Big difference. Here's to the future. Catch you later.